Here, we can hear you. You ready, Bear?
I think we're ready. How's everybody doing? Super. So happy to see you guys. Cello, how you doing? Thank you for coming back again and being our moderator. Appreciate it. What's up, everybody?
Welcome in, welcome in.
Welcome in, welcome in. Cole has. It's good to see you. Good to see you guys. Welcome to the second podcast. We're so sorry it took so long to get the second one. I had some unexpected family visit, so kind of ruined last Friday. Let's get started, guys. What's up, everybody? Welcome.
What's up, chat?
Welcome.
You doing, Bear?
Man, it's been a busy week, my friend. It's been a busy week.
What you been up to, dude? What you been up to?
Oh my God! So, like I said, my birthday was last weekend. So my brother actually dropped, and he drove up here all the way from Florida to come visit me on my birthday, and surprised the hell out of me. My wife and him had been working on it for like 2 weeks, and they both they surprised the hell out of me. It's funny because you and I were actually working on the podcast, and
yeah. So your wife, did she see you working on the podcast?
Don't know, but she's like,
maybe if you could pull a secret on it, maybe we'd get in touch with Rock Dad. I could have kept a secret.
Just saying. But it was so great because she pulled me away from my desk. We're sitting here working on the podcast, and she pulls me away from my desk, and there's somebody at the door. Okay, being that it's 9:00 at night, I might answer this in a little bit more of an American way than most people do, but I didn't this time. And so I answer the door. My wife got this all in video, and she's sitting there videoing me like behind me. I'm just like, "Can I help you?" And he turns around. I'm like, "Oh hell!" I said other words, but you get the gist. So yeah, he popped in, surprised the hell out of me, and yeah,
That's stayed. Cool though, dude.
Yeah, he stayed for like a week. He's actually visiting his friend right now. He might actually be watching.
What did you do?
Dude, we did a bunch of stuff that I can't even. I watched so much football over the last 2 weekends. It's ridiculous. I love football, and he loves football. So we get together. And we were watching every football game remotely possible. It was amazing.
So college and NFL.
Oh yeah, we're huge. I'm a huge Razorbacks fan. I got stuff on the walls for it, and so we were watching. They were playing Mississippi, or they're playing Mississippi or Ole Miss, one of the two. Either way, we were watching them. That was a good game. Oh, it was a nail biter. We did all kinds of stuff. We went.
I can just picture you being one of those sports announcers, just your voice. If you're trying to I don't know. I can't talk like a football sportcaster. I can just try to picture you doing it. It'd be so freaking captivating. I could say, listen to this sports guy, yo.
Bo Jackson's got the football. He's going down the line at the 10, the 5, touchdown. No, yeah.
I'm so excited. I don't even watch this shit.
I don't even watch football, but I'm like, yes, let's do it.
I'm so amped.
So that Friday we ate some steaks. He went and paid and got us some they were I think they were 16-ounce sirloins. They were huge. No, they were T-bones. I think. I don't remember. Whatever. It was amazing. Slightly overcooked because I like my stuff still mooing. And
okay.
My wife
to each their own.
My wife cooked it over a little bit, but hey, no complaints. We grabbed stage, we watched the football game, we played Cards Against Humanity. Then Friday we watched more football. We went to the gun range, actually, had a blast with that, and then beer and steaks again, and yeah, had a pretty good time.
I support it. I'm a meat eater, so I'm all about eating steaks. And Rock Mom and I, we have a smoker, and it's her smoker, as a matter of fact. And she lets me smoke on it every once in a while when I'm usually smoking meat for her. But oh my gosh, you guys, I can't have meat any other way. It's got to come off the smoker.
I know, it's amazing. What were you up to all week?
Oh my gosh. Okay. A lot of art, to be honest with you. I've been doing Inktober. I've been having a lot of fun with that. Unfortunately, I can't seem to keep on track, so I keep like falling behind. I've had to do like 3 late posts, including one today.
What is Inktober for those of us who don't know what that?
It's just like an art challenge that is well, I follow it on Instagram, and there's an account, and they have like the whole month of October. There's like a theme every day, and you try to post something relatable to that theme. So like today was tick here, and I've been getting back into like markers, and so I don't know if you guys remember this show, The Tick.
Oh my god, I haven't seen that show in so long.
Right? Me either. So I thought of him with that theme, and I've always been wanting to do the Jacko challenge, like the Jacko pose, because I like, you know, as an artist, I see that shit all the time on Instagram. So I'm like, one of these days I'll be able to do that pose on a. I'm like, yes, it's perfect. It's for the tick. Why not?
I'm looking at it, and my back hurts just thinking about trying. So it's like,
but that was yesterday's. I have to do helmet for today, and I don't want to say what that one is. You have to follow the Instagram in order to see what that one's going to be.
Ooh, good plug, good plug. Go ahead and tell them what you can find, where they can find you on Instagram.
Oh, Rock Dead 1984.
Heck yeah. Cool, yeah, guys, go check it out. He's got some pretty. So guess who did all the artwork for the show? That guy did. This guy right there. He did all the artwork for the show, and it's amazing. So if you like his artwork, go ahead and check him out on Instagram. It's awesome. So you were doing that. Did you do anything else notable or interesting at all?
Well, you know, working with clients, and I don't announce the clients until after, you know, they've liked the piece and done what they wanted with the piece. Like maybe some of them sometimes want to do like a launch, and I can't like talk about what I did to them until after they've launched it, and so that's kind of where I'm at right now. And yeah, I can't share, but it was really pretty cool. You know, I actually you know, from the artistic standpoint, I've been doing rather well, and I'm pretty happy about that. Actually, that makes my heart flutter, because ever since I was a young kid, I was really into art. And there was one, like at one point in time, I think I was like in junior high, I saw some commercial, and like they would send you this thing, and you would do like this art test, and then you'd send it to them, and if they liked what you sent them, they would call you and be like, hey, we want to offer you like a scholarship to this school. Well, I got that freaking phone call after doing that whole art thing.
That's awesome,
and
dude.
My dad shot it down.
Dude, what? You're so good. Like, why?
He shot it down. He was like, no, you're not going. I was like, oh,
that's such a bummer.
I'll never forget it, dude. And so ever since then, like I just always kind of just done it here and there, you know, just for fun, just kind of goofing off, you know, like I gotten more and more into more styles of medium of art. So like painting and like acrylic or like spray paint. I've been getting into Copic markers, you know, ink, and then a lot of digital art, of course. And now I'm doing it and getting, people are paying me for some of the stuff that I'm doing. It's just crazy to me, you know what I mean? It's just, I didn't think it was possible.
Can I ask what a Copic marker is? I have no idea what that is.
So
super stoked.
It's a brand. It's like a $40 marker. I don't know what it's a $40 marker. It's like a $10-$20 marker. How expensive is it? Anybody know? I don't know. It's a pretty damn expensive marker, but it looks just like this. But this is a not Copic marker. So it's the cheap version.
So they have a generic knockoff. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's an alcoholic style pen. Yeah.
Awesome. That's crazy. That's cool, man. That's awesome. It sounds like you had a pretty eventful week then.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Pretty eventful is right. Yeah.
And that's awesome. Guys, it's been a hell of a week for us. So, hey, we're going to get into some of these cool stories we found out that I looked up, basically. So we got I don't know if you guys saw this, but we got the new Call of Duty Vanguard Zombies coming out, and I'm super stoked about it.
So sick, dude.
Doesn't it? It's funny because it came out, like they weren't going to announce it this early, but then the thing leaked by an ad. So the whole, like half the trailer came out, and they're like, oh no. So they just released the whole trailer. I'm
so glad they did. And they paired it so well with Billie Eilish's song. It was just, I started watching it and I started getting goosebumps. I was like, yes, these are seeing body and blood and guts, just chunks flying everywhere. It's just beautiful watching the carnage. It really was. It's
amazing. And one of the coolest things that I find with this is the fact that even though Vanguard is being developed by Sledgehammer, Treyarch is still going to do the zombie mode. They always do it right. They're the original OG studio that did it. And the fact that they not only did they bring them in on top of Sledgehammer to do it right because they know they can do it right, they did it. It was just it was a great idea. Like, I'm just so stoked about this. I watched this entire trailer and I was just so stoked. Like, I'm like,
I almost want to like have you like, dude, you gotta play it again, dude. It's just so good. If they don't know what it is, maybe one of these days we get like a third screen in here.
yeah, that we could like switch to and like show stuff. Yeah,
it's like, this is what we're talking. You can see like our reaction. It'd be like, don't watch this yet. We're gonna watch this together,
right.
And it could be yours and I's reaction. That's some future content right there, chat. But dude, it is such a cool trailer, and I love how they went right back to their roots. You know, because they did it really, really well with like the World War II style zombies. You know, like. And it was one of my favorite ones I used to play with my wife like all the time. The ones, the staffs, like you'd have like the wind staff, you'd have like the lightning staff, the fire staff. Well, this time they have like special abilities, and it looks more like charms than it was like a staff. Like one person had like a weapon that was like based off of crystals, and like you'd have to watch it again. I have to watch it again, but I liked how it was homage back to one of
the
their
OG,
best ones.
right?
Yeah, the Black Ops 2 one, was it?
It was Black Ops 1.
2?
No,
Black Ops 1?
the OG zombies was in World at War.
Yeah, the original one. Yeah,
The
yes,
OG,
yes.
like, oh my god, back in the day. That I still
One thing
have
about
that.
was with the giant robot.
Oh yeah, I still have World at War. Ironically enough, I haven't played it in probably, I don't know, about 4 years now. Like, I kind of feel sad saying that because I love that game. But one of these days, I'm gonna have to boot that up and like stream. Awesome game.
I like zombie games, and that Back for Blood for me is kind of itching because like I did the like that demo that came out where like if you watched a streamer, you got the key to play.
I loved
That was a
every
good
second
one.
of play.
Right, I think I want to get into that one. That one, I'm like, I don't have to wait so long for it. It's already out. It just came out.
Yeah,
I could jump back into that one. That one was fun.
yeah. I see. I like the Left 4 Dead series. It was a pretty good series. I had issues with like the combat mechanics with it for a little while there, but once you got past that, it was super fun. But then Back for Blood came out, and I'm just like, nope, you've perfected it. It's awesome. I'm good with this.
That shooting range, man, that's hooked me because like the tink tink tink, there's some type of like auditorial sensory like gratification or something. Like it's like, yes, that's the endorphins I want firing right now. Is that serotonin I'm looking for right now? That's exactly what I'm getting from that sound. It's badass.
I love
that gun range.
I love it. It was awesome. And the funny thing was when I was playing for the first time, when I played Back for Blood for the first time, I picked up I didn't think melee was going to be that big of a deal in the game because usually with gunplay games it's really not. And then I picked up a fire axe and completely realized how completely wrong I was because I literally went through, I think, like 3 or 4 levels with nothing but a fire axe. And I was like, yeah, this is hilariously fun. What is going on?
That's a cool game. It was a cool game. I can get back into that one.
Yeah,
What's the next one it was something with goggles, wasn't that what it was? It was almost like the next stage towards Ready Player One is what I think is said in the article. Some type of weird goggles.
Well, that actually wasn't the next one, but we'll do that one because I like this one better. So HTC is actually releasing a new VR headset that's actually a foldable pair of VR goggles, and they're so small and lightweight. It's more like a pair of VR glasses than the heavy head strap displays that we have. And
definitely more comfortable looking, that's for sure.
Yeah, they literally look like your sunglasses. That's literally what they look like. I'm super excited about that because it's like, can you imagine like actually, yeah, just like that. Could you imagine actually having something lightweight that you don't have to, because you played Beat Saber before, right?
Yeah. I've played it on the PlayStation.
Yeah, trying to play Beat Saber with those things on is like you're moving around. It feels like it's going to slip off your face until you like cinch that stuff down. Having this being nice and lightweight like that is going to be like, it's going to be cool.
It's be less straining on the body too, because like, you know, like even these, like, you know, it can be straining on the ears, straining on the neck after a period of long time. You got to take breaks from it. Like those things even have more weight, like you were saying. And I know like people that take them off. They got to take breaks when they're playing like those type of video games and using VR headsets. But now just V style, you know, I don't think you'll have to take so many breaks with it, if at all.
Yeah.
And I think less strain on the body is going to be beneficial all around.
Yeah, if you try to sit there and move your head around. I don't know if you've ever worn a helmet. I'm just kidding. Those of us who've worn a helmet, we know, having a helmet on for a long time, your neck will get worn out really, really quick. So, the second reason it's so small, they actually developed their own pancake lenses that are much thinner than their normal lenses. And inside the headset, there's a pair of 1600 by 1600 resolution screens. What? It's like, what? And a Qualcomm XR1 processor to power all the virtual experiences. And it has a cooling fan. So
I just like how our technology is getting further and further along to where, like, I made that comment at the very beginning with like Ready Player One, because we already got those like vests that you can put on now, right?
Oh yeah, the haptic feedback vests.
Yeah, like Rock Mom's gonna end up get one for her streams here soon. The shit's so cool, man. Like you watch like Ready Player One when he wears the full bodysuit, and then you get these like VR headsets, and you almost get like how we're getting more and more to full dive technology. Like if anybody who like watches anime, we start thinking about like Sword Art Online with that type of deep dive type stuff. And you got like these gears, or you got like I was saying, back to Ready Player One. I'm excited. Like I think like the next stage of getting like that full submersive experience, right, is something to be excited about. And just how the technology is getting more and more there.
But the problem is the fat guys like us, we're gonna actually have to run. so we're gonna be playing Call of Duty and have like 5-minute breaks every time. I think I killed.
Dude,
I think I got him.
What that they got the running
I know.
underneath, and the guy like he's like playing some scary game, and he's all like like trying to run away from it. Just like that.
It was funny. The first time that I ever saw somebody play that, they didn't realize that the shoes didn't have any grip whatsoever. So they went to get off of it without taking the shoes off first, and just planted right in the floor. Oh, it was so amazing.
They got this one here in Utah. What the hell is it called? It's called the cave, the zone. Oh my gosh, it's failing me. Of course it is, But anyway, it's an entire warehouse that they've got mocked up for like 4 different games, I think, and it's an interactive like landscape, but you're wearing the VR headset, and so you're seeing it as like, I don't know, like a cave or like a hill that you're climbing up at the time, but like really just
so it's like augmented reality style thing.
Yeah, and so like if there's like wind in the game, there's actually got like fans blowing to where you're getting hit with like the cool breeze. If it's supposed to be like stormy and stuff, like the hell's it called? I gotta go look now. It's super dope, and it's here in Utah. I want to go do it, man.
I may need to come for a visit. That sounds freaking amazing.
Dude, right? And you've got like multiplayer ones, so like the 4 of you go in, and like they show this guy, he's like walking around. They had like strings hanging down from the ceiling, and it's supposed to like simulate like cobweb. So like they show like what he sees in the VR, and he's like in a cavern with this torch, and he's like moving cobweb, and it's his real person. He's like holding like nothing basically, and he does this, and he's moving string. It was just like crazy. I'm like, wow, that looks crazy.
It's just enough for your hands to feel like you're actually, dude. That's so awesome. I've got to give that a shot. That's awesome. I'm gonna have to give that. I'm gonna have to do that. That's amazing.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah, totally. You need to look that and figure out where that is, because we're gonna have to plan something out. Anyway, so the other one was Epic. This one's kind of funny because I don't follow Fortnite at all, but a lot of people it's very popular with a lot of people. So Epic released a imposters mode for Fortnite.
Void.
Huh?
It's called the Void.
Yeah, the Void. Yeah, it's called the Void, and they finally admitted that it was inspired by Among Us, even though it's literally the exact same thing as Among Us, except in the first person. So, it was funny because a lot of people were calling them out on Twitter and stuff like that. It's like, dude, you literally ripped off Among Us, and they finally credited them in their latest patch notes for it, which I think is awesome. I think you should give credit where credit is due, and it's kind of poor on Fortnite to do that, to be honest. It's not unheard of. The whole thing with like PUBG, like at the very, very beginning,
just because it may not be a patent play style, the last thing you want to do is make it look completely like somebody else's. And like you said, they made that comment like you couldn't take like and make it like just 10% less like somebody else's, and try to give it your own spin to it. And they didn't even bother.
They didn't even bother at all. It's just you changed the name. That was all you did. It was just ridiculous. Like you shouldn't do that. Come on.
And I think that's piss poor on their behalf, and it's not surprising because it's not the first time we've seen this type of stuff. But at the same time, we expect better from Fortnite.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they've done
from
so
Epic
many
in
collaborations.
From Epic in general, like you expect better from them. Come on.
Especially with all the collaborations they've been doing with so many projects. What was one more?
Exactly. All you had to do was give a little bit of credit. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
But then again,
so I'm happy for the Among Us creators because that's a win and for like I don't want to say the little guy, but for their game being as old as it is and finally getting as popular as they got.
Exactly.
And then for Fortnite to be the pop culture battle royale, excuse me, this should have been handled differently for sure.
Well, it could be as blatant as have you ever seen the Goose Goose Duck game that they have on Steam? It's free. It's like
the opposite of Duck Duck Goose.
It's Goose Goose Duck. It's literally it's I cannot describe it any other way by saying it's Among Us with ducks.
Okay. Sure.
They didn't even take 10% and change it. It's literally the 1% of the character changed and they made their own map. It's the exact same game. As ducks,
just like reskinned. It's just basically reskinned.
It feels that way. It's it's free on Steam.
That's not unheard of either. I mean,
it's just like
look at Roblox. They do it over and over.
Exactly. But it's like, you could take the effort to give somebody credit for it. You didn't do this on your own. You didn't have this idea. Just take the time to give them credit for it. Just take the time to do it.
Yeah. I mean, not doing that just hurts you in multiple ways. The blatantly obvious ones is like, the consumer sees it, but it's not going to stop them from being a consumer. You may get some backlash on social media, but okay, big deal. They'll move on. They get backlash all the time. They'll move past it. It's almost as if like it's cheaper for them to retaliate than it is for them to to go ahead and go take the right steps. Like sometimes like you get the cheapest bidder for a contractor and they won't like take all the right steps. They'll just dig up the ground and they'll rip through pipe and I'm like, oh, it's better just to fix it rather than it is to wait because my time is money. So I'm waiting on this guy to come out and fix it. And then for me to get back in there and continue digging, just dig through it. He'll come out and fix it afterwards. Same concept. They don't even care.
No, they don't.
They're just going to retaliate. They're like, nah, it's just cheaper for us just to retaliate rather than to be proactive.
I kind of feel like that's wrong. I don't like that. I don't like it when people steal other people's ideas. Like it's not okay. Just come on.
No, I mean there's the whole like Fair Use Act and things like that when it comes to like multiple things, but you still have to do like your own rendition of it. There's hard to be original, just like with anything. Like anything old becomes new again in time. And there's always remakes. And look how many times we've had a Spider-Man. There's always a remake, right? Always a new rendition of it.
Oh yeah.
Same thing with video games. I agree with you. It's just a tough gray area, but it should have been handled a lot differently.
Yeah, they shouldn't have waited this long to be like, oh, fine.
Yeah. But it's tough because there's so many video games out there. There's so many other video games out there. It just has a different appearance to it. And look at
especially
Call of Duty's the same game over and over again, just different skins.
Especially in like artwork. I mean, you know how it goes with artwork. Like some people will literally see an idea that you had, and they'll literally take it, they'll make it their own, and they'll publish it before you get the chance to, and then you're just like, that was mine. It's just that's messed up. Why are you taking my idea and making it that way? What's wrong with you? So I don't know. I'm always for the creators when it comes to that. Like it's just wrong to me that somebody can just take your idea and be like, oh yep, it's mine. Just saying.
Yep. Well, I think we covered that one pretty well. What's next on the docket?
Fun ways to spend Halloween with the kids. You take that one away.
Okay, man. I love Halloween, you guys. I've always have loved Halloween. I'm a military brat. Even though England didn't celebrate Halloween, we got dressed up. We got the house decorated, and we went door to door trying to trick or treat. And everybody's like, "What the hell are you doing? This is England. We don't do Halloween." It wasn't until I moved on base that we finally get to go trick or treating. But that's just one of my childhood memories. But anyway, my kids and I, we love it so much. Decorating the house is always something we love to do. We always go crazy in front yard, interior. My sister's kind of taken over that tradition with me, like moving around this last couple of years, and me like giving her a lot of my Halloween decorations. And so all day today, as a matter of fact, I was over at her house helping her set up. Today they have their opening night for like the first time they did this huge Halloween house, and it goes all through around the house, and it's serpentines to the yard, and it's been crazy just with like setting up everything. And I got to work on that all day today. It's pretty cool. But yeah, we love it, man. So that's one thing. Jack-o'-lantern. You guys you guys see that challenge where everybody wears a jack-o'-lantern on their head?
No.
What? You haven't seen that? Oh my gosh.
Is that a miss on my part? Like what? No. That sounds awesome though. It's like
it is.
So
well,
you like
it's heavy as hell.
What do you do? Like
okay, so you get a pumpkin, right? Rather than cutting off the top where the stem is at, you cut underneath it. And to where you could actually wear it like a helmet, and you cut out whatever jack-o'-lantern face you want on it, essentially, and you go out into the woods, whatever, and you pose wearing your jack-o'-lantern heads for the camera, and then you do like a dark theme, and it gives this like really cool jack-o'-lantern, like you have to black out the eyes. You may have to do some Photoshop editing. Like Rock Mom just posted some of ours on Twitter, and under her Twitter account, Rock Mom 85. And it's painful. Shit hurts, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Like the stem on top of my head, was resting there the whole freaking. And it was heavy. My neck got sore. Like my kid could I had to like hold his helmet for him until right before the photo, and then he would have to hold it. Right? He'd be like, it was just even like me taking the time to hollow out the inside. They still got heavy as hell. Oh man,
that's awesome, dude.
My oldest, he did the derpy face, and he had this like really derpy shaped like pumpkin. It was slender, and so he just stood there, and it had the derpiest face and derpiest look, and it was just perfect. It was just like, that's just like him. Like it just cracks me up.
See, I know my wife is watching this, so don't be surprised if like soon you see a picture of us with dorky look on our head. Just don't be surprised. So cool. It's happening.
You don't like it, dude? Go do it, man. You could buy the fake ones. We found out that because of the trend got so popular. Like I think we saw it on TikTok originally, but because it got so popular, they actually started making like plastic jack-o'-lantern helmets for people to put on to go do this challenge.
Really?
I highly recommend that one. Yeah, I would go that route.
Okay.
The other way I did it sucked balls, dude. It was terrible. Oh, I'm sorry I said that. It was terrible. Sorry. I don't know why I said that.
I don't think we're gonna get docked for saying "suck balls." Okay. I think we will be fine. I think the average audience here.
You're not familiar with poop ghost. Change subject.
You're not familiar with the poop ghost that that my wife made. That's sitting right here. That somebody finally noticed.
This is no.
So Rock Dad's ruined it for everybody. Just oh my god. Just. I mean,
I can't control what they do. They're just saying like, "Shit, I rocked that." It's like, I mean, this is me reclipping, so I don't know. Your choice.
Awesome.
This is me saying that stupid stuff.
Oh, you're fine, man. It'll be all right.
Anyway, so other fun things to do, like, okay, so I kind of led away, man. Let's see what you do with your kids, man. Do you watch like shows? You like watching like we like watching Halloween Wars. You like watching like Halloween cartoons. Movies like Nightmare Before Christmas is a favorite of ours.
Yes, man. So bear in mind that this is like the second year that we've ever not been too broke to actually celebrate Halloween. So keep this in mind.
Sure.
So last year we actually decorated we have like these bushes out in front of our house. We put like orange lights in them. We'll put up like the inflatable decoration. put the stakes in the ground. We'll have like the ghost. We love decorating the house. And then there's excuse me, there's we do the dress up things, and we actually have the kids dress up and go do. And we have them. They get to pick out their own costumes. This year, my son is going to be Spider-Man, as it turns out.
Yeah, which one?
I don't think there's a specific design. I'm assuming it's going to be the Tom Holland one because he's pretty good. Not gonna lie, he's no Tobey Maguire, but he's pretty good.
I don't know. Also, I haven't seen the new like Venom, Let There Be Carnage, so I don't want to like. When I think of like the Spider-Man suits, one of my favorite Spider-Man suits is the black suit that Spider-Man wore.
Oh, the symbiote suit.
Like the symbiote, yeah. Like so, it was called the black Spider-Man suit before he ripped it off and Eddie Brock puts it on and becomes Venom.
Right.
But yeah, it was the symbiote. It was the same thing basically. But it was just one of the coolest suits because I like black, and so it was like such a cool change to see. So that's why I always ask, like, hey, what Spider-Man suit are you going with?
Oh,
and
okay.
It's like never the black Spider-Man suit, but I'm always like secretly like, oh man, one of these days I'm gonna come across somebody and be like, yeah,
It's just trying to find it. It's the problem. Like, it's not one of those easily, what is the word I'm say? Easily located ones. Because Walmart's just got, we go to Walmart because again we are cheap people, so we go to Walmart. We just get ours there, and Walmart's not gonna have the Spider-Man 3 suit from a long time ago, because I mean, who has that,
I don't know, somebody donating it to Goodwill maybe if you're lucky. I don't know.
It's actually a good point. We should have actually
always check Goodwill, man.
I think we're slacking.
You never know.
We're slacking. We're slacking on Halloween this year, man.
Dude, it's just I love Halloween, dude. So like, my son, he says, Dad, I wanted to do this for Halloween. We're like, okay, what's your costume? I want to be this guy. Okay. A couple days later, no, I want to be this guy. Okay, cool. A couple days later, I want to be this guy. Sure you do. Right. A couple days later, you see the trend?
Yeah. Yep.
This year, not so much.
Things are changing rather quickly. What is happening right now? Like, no.
That's how it used to be. But now this year, he's like, no, I'm going to go as so-and-so from Naruto. I think he's actually going as Naruto. He's got like the headband. He's got some cool cloak thing. Like, he's like so jazzed about it because he says, like, last month he told me this and we ended up finding it, and he's been playing with the stuff every day, and he's like, I can't wait to wear this on Halloween.
That's awesome. So what is
finally
what is it going to be from Naruto? What is it going to be from there?
That's a great question. And if he was here right now, I would ask him, and he could probably like spiel it off. He's like, oh, I'm wearing this something from episode blah, 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 who he battles with this, and he's got this eyeball in. I'm like, oh, it's probably not Naruto because it has something to do with an eyeball, but it might not be because he's asking to have whiskers put on, so he might want to be Naruto. I don't know. I guess he's still undecided about that. There's so many options for him, apparently.
I gotcha. Yeah, I don't know much about the whole Naruto thing. It's like, I'm just now getting into the whole fatherhood thing in general, so it's kind of one of those, I don't really know a whole lot of kids shows yet. Like, I know Paw Patrol. He was Chase last year.
You get him into anime. You got to get into anime. If you're not into anime, you get your kids into anime. It's a win-win because the animes are cool, man. You're going to find some fun ones to watch that are like, family appropriate. And then as they get older, you'll be like, yeah, son, you want to watch some, what is it that we were just watching just recently? It was like something with a cooking show. And it was so funny because it was like, Food Wars? The Food Wars? Oh my gosh, what the hell was it called? It was hilarious because it like made the food like senses, like people sometimes will experience like heightened senses. There's like a gasm, they call it a food gasm, and so it's got some like really like skinny racy scenes and stuff like that, age appropriate. It's funny as hell to watch it with your older son, watch him respond to it and just be like, it's so awkward.
I know what's happening, but I don't want to say. What is this right now? No, I don't like it.
But you know what I'm saying? Like that's just like another version of it. You don't have to get into it. Like just like Studio Gilby. Like if you could watch like Ponyo or like Howl's Moving Castle or My Neighbor Totoro. Like, dude, there's this there's so many great like Studio Ghibli animes that like the family can enjoy, and then like they start to realize like, hey, Dragon Ball Z is really cool, or One Piece is really cool, or maybe they'll get into like, oh, I don't know, what's another good one here? My Hero Academia or One Punch Man. Now that dude, oh my gosh, dude, one punch is all it takes.
See, One
He
Punch
struggles.
Man, the One Punch Man I have watched. Like that
Yes.
show's
I knew we
pretty
were
cool.
kin.
That
I
show's
knew we
pretty
were
cool.
kindred spirits.
Like, I don't delve deep into anime, but that show's pretty freaking cool.
I think it's like they came out with a game not too long ago, and I started playing it on stream, but I didn't get very far. But I had just finished getting caught up in the series, and there's nothing after that. Like they haven't made anything new, and it's so disappointing because it's the struggles of this super strong superhero who's battling depression because he can't find anybody worth a shit to fight because he beats everybody with one punch.
Right.
And I don't know, I really enjoy the show, and I wish they'd make more episodes because my oldest son really gets a kick out of it, and I always say, hey, who do you think would win, Goku or Saitama? And he's like, Goku, and I'm like, Saitama.
See, I don't know. That's kind of like the whole Goku versus Superman thing. It's like you don't really know who's gonna win that fight. Like it's just you just don't know. Like
No, that's what makes it fun. Ooh, Demon Slayer, that's another good one. The season two just came out for Demon Slayer. That's a great one.
I don't know. I don't know anything about, like, again, I know what Paw Patrol is. I know what Peppa Pig is. I know what
Don't you dare go down Caillou.
Yeah,
Don't you say Caillou.
God, I hate that little bald little bastard.
Don't you dare.
My wife and I have
I
had
got the jingle in my head right now.
my wife and I have had this conversation about how much we hate Caillou and how much of a little shit he is.
He whines so much,
and
dude.
we just like
Can't stand it.
We're just like, okay, parenting techniques. No, Caillou's in our
No,
household because
Mm.
it's just not gonna happen, man.
My youngest dude, one of those, like, it wasn't like a cartoon series, but it was on YouTube, and it was like a series of songs, like nursery rhyme songs, and they were like animated, and they were actually really well done. And it was like the row your boat one was on there, like, the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, like, all the common stuff on there. And he loved watching those, and he get to the point that he'd sing along with it. And then like we kind of branched from there, watching more and more style of like the most watched nursery rhyme style cartoons. And then eventually we got to cool stuff like Ben 10 and like Ninja Turtles.
I love Ben 10. See, Ben 10's what I grew up with. Like, it's just golly.
Marvel. I was like, finally.
Caillou is bad not because he has cancer, but his body recognizes he does not deserve to grow hair.
Poor Caillou. That's why it's always cloudy.
Oh.
It's illustrated that way.
God. Okay, moving on from Caillou. So here's kind of our big point here today. We're gonna try to get to know each other a little bit better. I wanted to ask Rock Dad. We all kind of agreed that we wanted to talk about this kind of thing. So about how we found Twitch and how Twitch has impacted our family lives and how Twitch impacts us as dads. So go ahead and take that away. How did you find Twitch, and how did it impact your family life, and how much time do your kids have? All that good stuff, man.
Oh man, that's such a great question, because it's with me being on Twitch now for 3 years, the amount of time I've spent from the first time starting content creation to where I am now, like just the amount of time, it's fluctuated so much, for like a lot of time to not so much time to more time, because you got to take breaks here and there. How it's affected my family and how I came across it. I was sitting on the couch one day, and I was in between jobs at the time, and we were watching a YouTuber, me and my two sons, and my son goes, "Dad, you could do this." I'm like, "Do what?" He's like, "You could play video games and make videos. People would watch you." I'm like, "You think so?" I was like, "Okay." I talked to her with Rock Mom, and at the time she was working not as a content creator, and she's like, yeah, you want to give it a shot, give it a shot. And I started streaming on Twitch, and I started learning how to network, and going into other people's streams, talking it up in the chat, getting to know the streamer, that if they were that type of streamer, Excuse me for a second here.
Good, man. We're talking a lot.
Because, not all streamers are as interactive with their chat. Some streamers are more like game based, or maybe this chat just moves too much to where they can't really focus on it there at that point. But you see some you can really interact with, and I really started making friends on Twitch a lot, as well as connections, and people who are kind of like learning me and the circles I ran in Twitch. And as a content creator, I was getting not only just the networking in and streaming in, but I was also promoting the stream. So I was creating like posts and stuff like that for like Instagram or Twitter, trying to do like giveaways. And so I was focusing a lot of my time. So even when I wasn't like sitting down, being live on the camera, giving my time there, I was also putting time into before and after and in between and all this crazy stuff. So all of a sudden, all this time I used to have as being the stay-at-home dad for my sons, I'm now working. I'm now constantly busy. Throughout the whole day, I'm on my phone because of the whole time zone differences. All the different streamers in different parts of the world that you're trying to, I'm going to go I'm going to go host this guy, type deal. At one point in time, I was on a stream team and we all like to lurk each other's channels. And so, early days were, it wasn't bot viewing, but I was being like, we would 15 of us were in a team, and the 15 of us would watch each other's streams to help boost each other's numbers. And this is before they started cracking down on how many people you can lurk at one point in time. So it was kind of view botting, but you weren't, because it was people, they were actual people, and you were organizing it, and it was like in a Discord. And so it impacted greatly. Rock Mom used to give me a hard time about how often I was on my phone. Like, you're always on your phone. I'm like, I know, babe, I'm sorry. It's because I'm trying to network. Or we'd be doing something at a friend's house at a party, and rather than me being a socially engaged friend at the party, I'm now like engaging on my phone. So it kind of like changed me and how I did everything. So how has it changed me? It's completely changed me. Oh man,
what has it changed? Yes,
it's changed everything. It's the tip of the iceberg, people. You have no idea how much I got to say about this. Oh my god. Before we go even more, that's how I found it. So I found it because my boys suggested that I'd be a good content creator and that people would watch my content. And here I am 3 years later, and that's kind of how I found it. And I started getting successful with it, and I started growing with it. And I don't know, I hit 1,000 followers within the first year. I got affiliated within the first month. I mean, these aren't really impressive numbers, to be honest with you. People hit these numbers well before any of that time frame. Some people, it takes a lot longer. It's just, everybody has their own journey. But at the time, it felt pretty good. And I was making money. And I had pretty good views for the most part. And Rockma saw this, and she's like, you know what? I'm not really happy with what I'm doing. And she decided to take a chance on herself and become a content creator as well. But it was because of my interactions from finding Twitch and being on Twitch and me trying to be a content creator and seeing the potentials behind it that influenced her to want to take that chance on herself. And I'm so glad that she did that, because look at her now type deal. And how it's impacted the family with us both content creators. It's so difficult with with both parents as well, and with a husband and wife. And then on top of that, when we're not creating content, when we're not parenting, we're also trying to be a couple. So you sacrifice a lot of time as a content creator.
Oh yeah.
And that balance, that healthy balance, is so hard to achieve, because even when we put time aside and we want to go be with the kids in that moment, be like, I want to play video games. Not really feeling family game night right now. I'm not really family walk or whatever, we may have planned. They're just not feeling it. And where it's like, oh man, we scheduled this time to do this with them, and now they didn't want to do anything with us. And all right, let's just you and I do something, figure it out. Or we go back to doing something content creation. So it's not easily said as done, and it's work, which I imagine you're gonna have to say is you have to put work into it, and you have to find the time, and a lot of time, and a lot of the time you're sacrifice your personal time that you would have for you, so that you can go have that time with your family.
Oh yeah.
or whatever.
Those feels, man. I know those feels. That's a very interesting. I didn't realize you were on here for 3 years. That's something I didn't know about you.
This September, as a matter of fact, was my 3-year mark.
Thanks, man. I think I've been on here. I think in December. December? Cello would actually know. I think it's December that I'll be.
That's awesome, dude. So how did you come across Twitch? How did you find Twitch?
Okay, so funniest story. So what it was I joined a group of guys that play Arma together, and one of the guys in there is he's a friend of this girl who streams. They live close together, and he's like, hey, why don't you go? I'm trying to get her viewership up, so why don't he's doing the plugin thing for her, and she was playing Among Us. Her name is Adova. She's Adova Kitty here on Twitch. Her name is Sarah. She's the coolest cat ever. And she was playing Among Us. She always plays Among Us after she does an Overwatch stream. And as most of you can tell, I have a very, very nice voice. So I know, right? Nobody.
Oh, we can tell.
Who knew that? Anyway, so
don't be coy. Right. We all know. We all know.
Anyway, so I hopped onto her Discord one day, and they were all playing Among Us or whatever, and I was just like, all right, cool, I'll give it a shot, whatever. It's not something I typically did back then, or like watching Twitch stream. Like, bear in mind that this time last year, watching a Twitch stream was like, oh, that's stupid. Why would I do that? It's so dumb. Anyway, so I got onto.
Then you realize that live interaction.
Yeah.
How we crave that.
I'm getting to it. So what ended up happening was I jumped on one of her Among Us things, and the first one I don't think I talked. I don't think I said a single word the first time. I think I used like chat or something like that. And then I realized they were all in the Discord, so I joined her Discord, hopped in there, and then I just started talking, and they're like, "Whoa, who is this dude in here? What is that voice?" And I got the nickname what is it, Kmart Corpse out of those guys. Kmart Corpse. It was the funniest thing ever. And so she was one day, like after, like I was involved in her stream for a little while, became a mod, and just kind of hung out and chilled in her stream, had a good time, met some people. And one day she was talking to somebody about, if you ever want to stream, go do it. It doesn't matter. It's just a little bit of extra time in your day. Just go do it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go do that. I'm going to go give it a shot. I gave it a shot, and on my second stream, I got affiliated because she rated me with 75 viewers.
That's awesome, dude.
And it was the coolest thing ever. It was super fun. I started playing Valorant, and I had a blast. And it's so funny because every time I would get into a Valorant match, I don't know if you've been in my stream before when I'm playing Valorant, I will get hit on every single day. If I play, dude, I love your voice. Can I be your husband? Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, this is the kind of crap.
You could be my big spoon.
Wouldn't you like that? Anyway, so
warm and protected.
So anyway, I got.
Am I making you uncomfortable? Sorry.
Anyway, so it's one of those crazy things is where it started happening. I hit affiliate with my second day. Within 3 months, I was streaming every day, and within, I think it was like 3 months, I had 200. What was it? I think 250 followers within the first month, and then 500 within this first 6 months. It's absolutely insane. And then I just grew from there. Within the first, I think 7 months, I hit 900. And I was like, I never thought I'd ever get here. I made a bet with one of my original followers that I would say a certain word on stream if I ever hit 1,000 followers. And I'm not saying it because he might be listening, and I don't want to give him the satisfaction yet because I have to hit 1,000 followers. But it was one of those deals. It's like I never expected that to ever happen. And it wasn't because of my gameplay or my charming good looks why people came. It was because my personality drew. I couldn't believe that was why. Because unfortunately, Rich, you're a good looking guy. Okay. I am not. Okay. It's one of those things. It's like, you have to have some kind of allure to it. And I didn't realize that I had a good enough personality for people to want to actually come and watch my streams, come and hear me talk. And I mean, these are the same people that have been telling me for months to do this podcast, to actually make this podcast happen, because they're like, dude, we want to hear you talk. We want to hear the things you say and what you have to say. And I'm like, why? I am not that entertaining. My God. Obviously, I'm wrong, but here we are.
I think it's because we are our own worst critics.
I think so.
I mean, like, sometimes I don't feel too highly about my art, and then somebody's like, I absolutely love it. It's just like, really? Because, I see all the imperfections, and I know where I messed up and where I tried to cover it, or something like that. Or it's just because I know it could have been better. I don't know what this false perception, I don't know, maybe we created this false persona of ourselves when we were younger, what we expected ourselves to be at some point, to where you just said all those negative things about yourself when that's completely uncalled for and unnecessary. I think you're a hell of a good looking man, dude. I don't know why you'd say that. Everybody's got their own taste.
What?
And like I said, I think you're just your own worst critic, my man.
I gotcha. Yeah. And that's what a lot of people have told me. They told me that I'm way too hard on myself, that I'm really like, I'm really down on myself, and I need to quit doing that. One of these days I will quit doing it. I will quit doing it. One of these days. Don't know when, but one of these days.
I'm already in them DMs.
Just slide. But so the second part of that question was, how did it affect our family life? Dude, I had to stop about 9 months in. I had to stop streaming totally because of the amount of stress and the amount of just crap that was happening. It had nothing to do with the people on stream, because I have had like, over the 9 months that I've been here, I had one troll. Like, one guy came in there, he's like, dude, are you gonna die at 40?
Very fortunate.
Yeah, I know. I'm very fortunate for that. He came in there insulting my weight, and I'm just like, okay, you don't know that? You don't think I know that I'm fat? Come on, dude.
I know you really gotta have thick skin being on Twitch, sadly, but that's just how it is. It's just like in life, you gotta have thick skin, but still, it can still get to you, though.
Cello was ready to fight that night. It was so funny. But after a while, it just got to the point that I was streaming every day. I wasn't having fun doing it anymore, because I was just kind of just going through the motions. And you remember when I hit my depression, it hit me like really hard, just out of nowhere. And it just stopped me dead in my tracks. And I just had to quit. I had to quit doing it for a while. I thought that I was going to be gone for a while. Okay. I thought that I was going to be off the platform for like 6 months or something like that. And you know what's funny is people like, it was it was a variety of other people that I was able to talk to that brought me back out of that whole funk. And I was back in 2 weeks, and we started this, and like everything started going right again, and it was amazing. Then I had a really crappy week, man. But I was still able to plug through it.
Exactly. I know about that week. I'm happy that you were able to plug through it, dude. And yeah, dude, everything started like kind of like fall into motion. And the main thing of what it was what? Just putting into motion, right?
Exactly. It was you actually lit a fire under my ass and got me going on this. It was the
we're gonna keep this fire going, bro.
Yeah. You remember the piece of artwork you sent me? You sent me the logo. Mm-hmm. And it was like, oh shit, I gotta start doing this.
We were just brainstorming about it. Like, what do you want the logo to be? What are we gonna call it? We gotta, because we've been talking about this idea for the longest time, chat.
Oh yeah.
And we're just like constantly spitfiring ideas and bouncing them off of each other. And like finally we was like, dude, we just need to pick a name. You just need to roll with it and just go. And then we started brainstorming about a teddy bear, the whole bear and Pawcast, because we thought it was a clever name. And like, I can see you being like with the shades, because obviously I like aviators, and I'm like in the headphones and have him be talking into a microphone. Like, I got an idea, dude. I'm gonna throw it at you.
Yeah, it was dope. Like, it was such a great idea. Anyway,
I'm glad you liked it and that we ran with it, because it is, man. It's in between cartoon, funny, Like, it could be whatever you want it to be. Right now, it's kind of like an in between. It's very neutral. It could go any direction. It's very organic, and I think that's what's great, dude.
Love it. So I did have a point. I do this thing where I stop staying on topic and I just kind of hit everything everywhere else. So I was literally, when I first started doing this, I was streaming every day. I was doing it from, I think, not like 8:30 to like 11 o'clock at night. It was affecting my sleep. It was affecting the fact that I wasn't hanging out with my family. I wasn't hanging out with my wife. I wasn't able to do a whole lot of stuff. And that actually happened. My wife actually kind of called me out on it. It was like, dude, you're not really hanging out with us anymore.
Right,
and
dude.
so,
it becomes consuming.
yeah, it does. It takes up so much of your time. And the thing is like, what a lot of you guys might not know about me is I work a full-time job. I run a farm. I have kids. And I also stream on the side. That's a lot of shit. Like, that's a lot of stuff to do. I don't know if any of you guys have ever worked on a farm, but that's a lot of work. There's a lot of time and effort that goes into that. And so with all of that happening, and on top of the fact that I also wasn't sleeping right, come to find out I have sleep apnea, shocker.
You're like, shocker.
Yeah. On top of all of that, I wasn't sleeping correctly. So the amount of stress, my body was going through, I was having heart palpitations.
So unhealthy.
Oh my God, it was so bad.
Dude,
and so we finally figured out that I had sleep apnea. And that helped out quite a bit. I've been on that for, well, I'd probably say about 2 months now. That helped out quite a bit.
Good.
And
That's
then I
great.
slowed down on my streaming. I started doing it from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, or Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays, up until I quit because of stress. Go figure.
It can get to you. I mean, you got to take breaks, and sometimes prolonged breaks.
Yeah, but it wasn't something I was expecting, because it's not a hard thing to do, but it takes a lot of time from you. Like, you have to be able to. You just have to put energy into it, and if you don't put that energy into it, everybody knows. Everybody can feel when you're not on it. People know, and they won't watch you if they don't think that you're going to be in a good mood, because they come to Twitch for the escapism. They come to Twitch to feel good, to watch somebody play games, and to have a good time.
Platform.
Exactly. They want to be entertained. They don't want to hear about politics. They don't want to hear about stupidity. They just want to see you play a game, see somebody be happy about, I don't know, getting a better level.
Or maybe they do want to see some stupidity stuff, people, talking politics. That's an option for people who do that. That's the great things about Twitch.
That's a fair point. You
can make it whatever you want it to be.
Exactly. But you can choose what you watch. And the thing is, if you want to attract those people, what ends up happening is you have to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row. Because if you're stressed out and you're worried about your kids, and if you're worried about everything under the sun, you're not going to have that right energy. And then people are just not going to want to hang out. They're really not going to want to hang out. So I had a pretty hard time struggling with the balance of the two, because sometimes I just didn't feel like it because I wasn't having fun anymore. And so,
unfortunate.
Yeah, so I just kind of quit doing it. What happened was the stress started getting to me. My wife started working longer hours. The kids, they're getting to the age where every button they can push, they're going to push. Which don't get me wrong, I might talk bad about my kids, but I love them to death. But sometimes my kids suck. They do.
I think every parent feels it at some point in time, dude. So don't beat yourself up too much. I honestly do think, shit, you just shut up.
Exactly.
I get it.
Sometimes the kids just suck. And on top of all the stress that's going on and everything like that, I just wasn't able to stream. I wasn't having fun. So I just quit doing it. And it's funny because my wife, once I got done, stopped streaming for several weeks, she's like, dude, you haven't streamed in a while. Are you okay? And so I was like, no, I'm just not having fun. And she's like, dude, you realize that's like the one thing that you were doing that you really enjoyed. Why are you not doing this now? And I'm like, you know what? That's a good point. But with everything that's going on, I just can't do it. And it took a little bit for me to get my mind in the right spot. And once I got my mind in the right spot, I was able to actually find the balance. Now I just stream Thursdays, do the podcast on Fridays, stream Saturday. I might do Sunday here and there because, why the hell not? But it's really hard to find that balance, because if I don't, things get stressful really freaking quick.
Well, this kind of leads into, like, part-time, full-time streamer, like the difference between somebody, like you were just saying, you could have a job, and of course you have a life outside of streaming. There's some streamers, not all streamers, but there's some streamers out there to where their life is nothing but content creation on Twitch, to where they don't have like a family to maintain or a relationship to maintain. Their relationship is Twitch. And to each their own. And there's some people out there who may have only a significant other, or people out there who may have a family and make it work. But it's full-time, part-time is a huge difference. And if you're, like, let's say this should be more of a hobby, right? Or like a side gig or a side hustle, if you will. So like you have an entrepreneurship mindset, like the job that you're doing may not be the job you want to be for like the rest of your life, let's say, for instance, and instead you're finding like another side hustle to help out with like your personal project, which you hope will one day be like your bread and butter, let's say, in the future.
Right.
So like for the part-time streamer, this should be more of a hobby than a full-time reliance of income. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And then because even those who do it full-time streaming, like on 40 plus hours on Twitch, even still their income isn't a steady income. It fluctuates so much every month based on if it's like September, or if there's some type of like Christmas is around the holidays, or like there's always something that affects. If it's summer and people are taking vacations, you never know. So there's always a fluctuation in your monthly amount, and so there's other stresses from both sides, and the balance for each streamer is going to be different. And when you're talking about the stress, oh my gosh, dude, I feel you, man. Like,
right,
you taking the break and deciding to cut back is so smart that you recognized the fact that you needed to take a break, because you should enjoy what you're doing, not just to put on a good show, but to do it because you enjoy it. That's what our goal in life should be, right? The pursuit of happiness. It's like an inalienable right that we all have instilled in us, is the right to pursuit of happiness. And if streaming video games and sharing a moment with people on Twitch, because it's a unique experience each time, and then go for it. If that's what makes you happy.
Exactly. And I'm glad that we finally found that balance, because the irony about all this, I love video games, but my son doesn't play video games. He's too young to play video games. Daughter,
and that's okay. Maybe don't rush him into it.
Yeah, my daughter's too young to play video games. We got him. It was funny because we have this old 360 sitting out in front of the front room. And we got this Cars game, and like it's literally Cars racing or whatever. I don't know what that. Anyway, it's some kids game. So we downloaded it onto the 360 for him, and it was like trying to teach him to play games at this point is like, dude, you push this button, push the damn button. It was getting a little bit frustrating there for a while. So I was like, you know what? Here, just take the thing.
Do the whole lap thing, dude, and you could just like reach around, like do it together. Like, here, I'll help you, type deal.
So that works for skinny people. I have what is known as a spare tire in the way. So it don't
sit on
it
my
doesn't
belly.
work that way. It doesn't. Come sit on my tire. It doesn't work that way, sir. But
okay, fair enough.
Anyway, so anyway, so it was like trying to teach him how to play video games was like, okay, you know what? Fine, here, just take the controller. And after a while, I realized I was doing it wrong. I realized I was doing it completely wrong. I should just let him figure it out. And so I gave him the controller, and after a while, he actually started doing it. Like, huh, cool. It was one of those things. It's like, it's time to just kind of let him start to learning things on his own. And,
what an excellent moment in the whole rite of passage. Just, hey, figure it out.
Awesome feeling.
Especially with video games. And then just sitting back and watching them struggle and going, ooh, I can't watch this.
It's like there's one little mini game where you have to play as Mater, the tow truck, and you have to avoid like the big harvester, but you have to tip the tractors, cows.
The cows.
And so watching this dude like go around in a circle. Where are the rest of the cows? Not realizing he had to go through bushes on the other side was just the most pain-inducing thing that I have ever done in my existence. Trying to be like,
man.
you go through that, there, go through the hole.
That does not last long, my man.
I know.
You're gonna get to the point to where they're gonna be like that with you. They're like, Dad, what? Just build, Dad. You could have totally 1v1 this guy. All you gotta do is build. Crank some 90s.
I can't make
trash.
Where's my cane at? Sonny boy, I'm gonna beat you with it.
I'm talking about my 8-year-old. I mean, it doesn't last long, dude.
It's awesome. I'm super excited for that. I'm excited for the point that he wants to play games, but I'm kind of not because I don't want him to grow up that quick.
You do grow up quick, dude.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the whole growing up thing. Like, it just bothers me. But I do have like this cool little steering wheel right here.
That's cool.
I'm thinking
go get them to steer.
Exactly.
Play some like
farming simulator.
So it's farming simulator. What about the tractor simulator? Not the tractor. The truck driver simulator. You ever do that one?
We have that one too, and I'm gonna let him play those games and see what happens.
I have a hard time with that one. I guess I can get it since you're streaming. You're just sitting there, driving. I guess you're not just sitting there. You're freaking driving, chat. It's an actual game where you just sit and drive like you would actually in real life, and that's what bothers me. I hate driving. I don't want to drive. Why would I do that in a video game?
It's like I drive for a living as it is. Like I don't like this.
I hate driving here, especially. I don't know if it's just the traffic and the population being so high. Like, it's changed so much from when I was driving here. When I learned to drive in the same city where I'm living right now,
Right.
And the driving here sucks. And I get high anxiety behind the wheel driving around here, just because I could die today. Let's go. It's that crazy when you get behind the wheel, man. I hate driving. So now that video game where you're on the freeway chilling, hard pass.
I'm laughing at you because I'm the exact opposite. I get behind the wheel. I am like the biggest rage monster you will ever meet in your life. Like
I'm defensive.
I am offensive. Like I will cuss out the granny that is holding up traffic going 10 miles an hour under the speed limit because she's in the way. Like, I'm so angry in traffic. I don't really not like people, but I don't like slow people. I don't know what else to say, No,
well, when you get on the freeway, you need to get up to freeway speeds on the on-ramp. If you're doing 35 and you're merging into oncoming traffic on the freeway, you're wrong. Okay, that's not freeway speeds. I hate that.
And it
happens all the time.
It was funny because today I was actually driving back from Little Rock, and I was literally just kind of la-di-da cruising out in the second lane. My van has got a GPS on it, so I can only go so fast. So my GPS starts beeping. I'm like, crap. So I slow down.
This is such dad talk. My van. Let's go. Keep going.
Shut up. Anyway, so it's my work van. So my work van has it has a beeper in it that goes off if you go over 80 miles an hour, and the speed limit on the roads here now is 75, so everybody goes 80 or 90 or 100, I'm cruising down the road going exactly 79 miles an hour because once it hits 80, it starts beeping at you. And so we're just cruising along. All of a sudden, we get to this semi that just kind of slowed down to like 15 under the speed limit. We're like, okay, what's going on? So he gets over, and I shit you not, it is the oldest person that I have ever seen on the freeway. Like, we're talking 2 inches from the steering wheel, holding it like the old lady, driving like an 80s Buick.
Liability.
Going down the road, doing 15 under the speed limit on an 80 mile an hour.
Just waiting to happen.
I know, I felt so scared for her, but at the same time, I was like, move!
Dude, I think there's an age requirement where you have to be a certain age to start driving. I think there should be a cutoff at a certain age. Nah, you're done. Regardless if you're capable for like the screen test or like the vision test or the driving test. Like, I don't know.
I agree with that only on the interstates. Now back roads, I can kind of get to,
if you still have your own vehicle and you're gonna go drive around your back roads or whatever, like you're gonna do what you're gonna do regardless. But man, I think I think there's a certain point to where you become more of a liability or a hazard on the road just because your response time isn't there.
Especially on the
And
interstate. It'll be every bit of like
especially on the interstate.
every bit like you're driving drunk. I mean, that's the thing. It's like your response times go down when you drink and drive. That's the whole point. Like, sorry, but older people,
Even driving tired,
Exactly.
it goes down. Yeah.
exactly. When you watch some of the old people that have like the reaction times of a sloth,
Thick ass glasses.
the ones that light their pupils on fire every time they look close
Holy
to the sun.
crap.
Like,
It's like, yo, okay, yeah, with those things off, can you see past your freaking steering wheel?
can you see past your nose at this point?
My goodness.
All right.
Scary, man.
Anyway, what
You know
were we?
grinds my gears? Keep going, dude.
What were we talking about? Talking about old
yeah.
people in the interstate. Damn it! This is a
We
podcast.
digressed. We digressed.
We
What's next on the list? We should be getting close to the near end here, right?
Yeah. So we got the one segment. We got new games that are coming soon. Battlefield
Okay.
2025.
Battlefield 2025 or is it Battlefield 2044?
I think it's 2044. I don't know why this says 2025. They suck. Anyway, hey, shut up, Cello. Anyway.
I digress.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
It
It's
is
Battlefield
2044.
2044.
Did you play the beta?
I did not get the chance to play the beta. I did watch some videos and footage of it, and that game looks awesome. I am so excited for it.
What have you heard from other people who have played it? What have you heard?
So I've heard mixed things, long connection times, stuff like that. You know, your usual stuff with a new server. But I
Any new
heard
game's gonna have like bugs and stuff like that, but like the overall experience behind it, like, did you hear anything?
no, I didn't hear anything negative whatsoever. I heard that it's going kind of back to the roots of the game, like when Battlefield 3 was out. Whenever that came out, the whole dynamic of the multiplayer changed, and that's what they feel like it's going back to. I'm super.
So I heard a little bit of the other side of that in regards to how it feels like a Call of Duty game now, or like a Fortnite style game now, to where all they do is bring in more vehicle mechanics with the whole Battlefield aspect of it, for like, you know, it's like a Call of Duty again. And just with more vehicles. And I'm like, okay, well, this coming from somebody who plays like Call of Duty and somebody who plays, you know, Fortnite, and they also play Battlefield. So I'm like, okay, so they play all three genres, and that's what it feels like to them. I'm like, okay, well, you've been accustomed to that play style. You already play all three of those games that you just said feels like is now in just one game, and you're still complaining.
Seems like
you play all three of those games.
Seems like a good thing to me. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know. I think if so long as there's, you know, the glitches, like they're gonna have, right? There's gonna be some problems where the map may not work the way it's supposed to, like the whole destruction of buildings and things like that, and you being able to do the sky suit and stuff like that. There might be some issues with the coding, but that's gonna get fixed over time, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, no game on release is ever perfect. If anybody has ever told you that, they're wrong.
Right, like day one is usually but issues, but you work past them, and that's why they have betas and multiple betas, or whether they have the alpha, beta, and sometimes they even have like something after beta, which I forget. But anyway,
I don't know. But anyway, I've heard good things about it. The problem I always had with like Battlefield games versus Call of Duty is the maps are so massive that sometimes it turns into walking simulator. It's just an absolute bummer.
Oh, see, I don't know, man. I've played some Battlefield games where it was a big open map, right? But it's in the distance. You hear the battle. You hear shots. You hear the explosions. You all of a sudden you think you're by yourself and turning to look, and somebody's coming at you, barreling in the doom buggy, and you're like, oh crap, you know, getting out of the way. You could choose spawn locations too, like on the map, and I think some people forget that, and so it may seem like a very long trek from one point to another point. But there was probably a location somewhere along there you could have spawned in, like a teammate, or an actual location that was owned by your team, or yeah, that's probably about it. Or back at home base. That's probably like one of the other places. But I don't know, man. I'm old school Battlefield. Like Battlefield 2 for me was one of the first times I really got into Battlefield, and I got hooked deep, dude.
Oh yeah. See, Battlefield 3 was the first time I ever played it. No, that's not true. Battlefield Bad Company was my first one.
Oh, that was not a good one.
You didn't like Bad Company?
I said that was another good
Oh,
one.
I thought you said you didn't like it. I was like, who doesn't like Bad Company?
No. I like Bad Company, but the second one is what I got started on, and I really enjoyed the second one. But Bad Company was good too.
Oh yeah, it's both those games are just phenomenal. The single player especially was just phenomenal. Yeah, I have my written.
I like a lot of games that have a campaign to them. I understand there's games out there that where it's, hey, no, this is just battle royale, or this isn't going to have a campaign. Like, there's like what is it? Like Rogue Company is a great example. There's no campaign of Rogue Company. It would have a cool campaign, but it's not needed because it's not the way the game's played.
Yeah, it's not what the game's all about. So
right, and Bad Company had a campaign. And it was cooperative, and which I loved because at the time, Rock Mom and I we played a lot of cooperative games. So like Bad Company, Call of Duty games. Wait, was there a Call of Duty game that was cooperative? I think that you could play cooperative in the campaign here and there.
You could play cooperative in Modern Warfare 2. I remember.
Yeah. What is it? The two Army of Two.
Army of Two. That is
with the mask.
The Army of Two and Army of Two 40th Day. My buddy Josh and I.
Yeah.
Completely immersed ourselves in that game constantly. We loved playing that game because the amount of teamwork mechanics that went into Army of Two were just incredible. The aggro system was amazing. The cover system was amazing, and then they completely ruined it with Devil's Cartel.
Yeah, dude. Like Rock Mom and I, we really enjoyed playing those, and I would always be the bigger guy.
Me too.
And I loved like any type of skull mask, right? So I was always like dark colors, skulls. Like I don't know, like always like I don't know. There's some brooding something inside of me. I don't know what you call it. I'm like the dark shit, I guess.
He's an animal.
He's an animal. And I always like that kind of stuff. It's like she would always like her and I, dude. It was just so much cool, man. Like her and I we would always jive with that kind of stuff. I was always taking the aggro, and she'd flank him. It was badass, dude.
It's amazing. It was an amazing game. I loved the way that worked, and it was just a great game. Army of Two 40th Day was the second one. It made it so much better. And then the third one was...
See, I don't think I remember playing the third one, so I'm glad I never checked it out.
It's not really worth it. It'll ruin the whole thing for you. I'm telling you.
All right. Then I won't. I'll leave it alone. I can listen to good advice.
They made here's the biggest complaint I had about 40th Day, and then we'll get back to the thing. The 40 or not 40th Day, the Devil's Cartel. They changed the cover system to be more I want to say mandatory, but that's not the right word for it. It was more heavily suggested to use versus like before. You obviously wanted to use cover before, but this way it was like the only way you can move, it felt like, was into cover, and it just wasn't there for me,
Yeah, so like on a map, I have like more of an open map play style, so like it won't be like it's like a kill box to where like you're stuck. It's linear. Like this is the one thing you get to go through is right here. It's very controlled, like you're saying. A lot of the other games, it's just like you said, like you may have like a target over here, but you can like completely engage him from a different direction as you need it because it was like a giant play area.
And that's what I loved about the 40th Day was there was different angles of engagement from it. It was amazing. Anyway, okay, new games coming out. Far Cry 6. What do you think about that?
I have never touched a single Far Cry game, and it almost seems like to me, like I've seen a lot of amazing gameplay of Far Cry. I love how there's so many things that you can do, and like depending on if it's got not an emulator, but like you can do different things in the game so long as you've got like that downloaded into the game or something like that. It's like an upload, download, extra content. Anyway, I've seen a lot of that kind of stuff. So it seems like there's a lot of possibilities with this game in the future, but it just seems like 6. No, it's Grand Theft Auto. How many numbers are there? Call of Duty. How many numbers are there now? It's just
time.
It just seems like
time to do something new, huh?
I don't know. Whenever you see a big number at the end of a game like that, it's just like, guys, you did good.
It's like Final Fantasy to me. There's 14 of them.
14?
Oh my God. It's
and
time.
They remade the old ones. They went back and remade the old ones. And I love the 7th. The 7th is amazing.
It's time to stop. Jesus. But no, to me, here's the thing. I played all the Far Cry's. I own all the Far Cry's except for 6. The problem was 3, completely revolutionary. Loved 3. Was an amazing game. You had all kinds of stuff you could do. 4 was exactly the same game. Just different location. Exact same game. 5 was a little bit better, but still the same game. There was no variation to what you're doing. It's just weird to me. Like, it's like, okay, you know, like Ghost Recon did the same thing, and ironically they're both by the same publisher, weirdly enough. But Ghost Recon Wildlands, amazing game. Loved every second of playing that game. Ghost Recon Breakpoint, it's the exact same game, only worse. Like, they took all the best parts of Wildlands and just removed them.
Oh my gosh.
And it was like
and removed them.
It was like, it was so bad. Like, when it first came out, I remember it had a leveling system, and like it was trying to be Division in Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and it was like, oh, this is disgusting. So they stopped doing that. They added in to where you could play like it was Ghost Recon Wildlands, which was great. But then you still didn't have your AI companions to be able to use sync shot and stuff like that. That made Wildlands a big thing, and it wasn't worth playing. Like, it was just like, I'm so done with this game. Not to mention, for people like me and you who have multiple monitors, trying to play that game on multiple monitors does not work. It will keep reverting itself back to a lower resolution.
Oh, that sucks.
And it's annoying to have to stop in the middle of your game every 3 seconds and adjust your resolution. So I was not a fan of Breakpoint in that way. It just felt like it was the same game, but they made it worse. And that's the same thing that I feel like they're going to do with Far Cry 6. I feel like it's just going to be the same game, more vehicles, different. Now, Giancarlo Esposito being in it, that's pretty good. That's pretty intriguing, because he's a pretty good bad guy. I don't know if you've ever seen The Mandalorian or not, but he's a pretty good bad guy.
Oh yeah, he's also. Yeah, I think it's funny that people. We're talking about. He was the one who wore the black outfit, right, in the Mandalorian. Yeah. I'm thinking of the right guy. Yeah. Wasn't he also in Breaking Bad? He was like one of the Loco Polo, like restaurant like owners, right?
Yep.
He's a real good actor. I've seen him in a lot of stuff, man. So him being in the game, it suits him. Because he's a villainous person, and that's what he is in this game, right? He's the villain, right?
He's a villainous. He has a presence of a villain. Like, I bet he's probably the coolest dude ever, but he just gives off that vibe. Like, I'm a villain. That's what I do. It's kind of like, you know, it's like if you saw, I hate to say it, but if you ever saw Heath Ledger, you know, before he died, I'm guaranteeing you the first thing you're gonna think, oh man, you played a hell of a Joker. You know,
there's no other Joker for me. He's ruined it. He is Joker for me. I mean, before him,
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson. I almost said Hugh Jackman. Thank you. Yeah, Jack Nicholson. I watched the Michael Keaton Batman movies, and so he was always the Joker to me. But then, you know, Heath Ledger just nailed it.
Just nailed it. Nailed it. There's no.
And he came so far from like what was it? A Knight's Tale. And Brookback Mountain to all of a sudden to the Joker.
This is such a leap, man. It's amazing,
dude. Amazing skills, and sadly taken way too soon. And may he rest in peace. And seriously, one of my absolute favorite Jokers.
Just an amazing actor. But Far Cry, to me, I feel like Far Cry is going to be the same cookie cutter crap that they have, the same all over again, just a different look. I could be completely wrong, and I will probably give it a try at some point, but I'm not going to pay full price for it. I'm just going to put it out there like that. I'm not going to pay full price for it.
I hear you. There's enough games out there to pay full price for. Something like that, it won't get mine. That's sorry if anybody out there is a Far Cry fan.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm just not. Far Cry 3, like I said, good. The rest of them just not. But there is one game coming out that I am, or it did actually come out last week, that I am more than willing to pay full price for. That is Back 4 Blood. What do you think?
I was just talking about that earlier.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
I'm ready to play it, man. That game is a lot of fun, dude, man. I don't do a lot of mouse and keyboard games. I played that game mouse and keyboard because it was like, I want to learn more mouse and keyboard. Might as well start a new game on the mouse and keyboard. And I was playing it with, gosh, we had Advocate, we had Copenhagen. Didn't you play it with us for a little bit?
I did play. I played the beta with you guys. Wow.
Yeah, man, that was a lot of fun, man. I had a good time with that. We could definitely do that again, dude.
Oh yeah, the Back 4 Blood. Like, I've always been a Left 4 Dead fan, and I was super excited when they brought the alpha out. I was like, I want to play it so bad. I didn't realize that I got like 7 free Steam keys because I was watching streamers play it so much. And then they're like, yeah, dude, you're getting Steam keys for all this stuff. You just have to redeem it. I'm like, really?
You're like, make it happen.
So yeah, I'll see you guys later. And I played it for like a full weekend straight. It was awesome. It was awesome. And I'm happy with mechanics. I'm glad that they changed what they did in the Left 4 Dead series, because the no ADS thing in Left 4 Dead always bothered the hell out of me. Like, you couldn't aim down the sights. Always bothered me. It's like, why? This is not Halo from 2001. Why can't we aim down the sights? This is wrong.
Right, third person, first person, over the shoulder. There's so many games that they changed up the aiming mechanics on it. So I have a preference as well. I like being able to choose between the two. That's my preference.
I agree. I like that. That's why I like Ghost Recon so much, because you can change, if you want over the shoulder aim, or if you want to aim down your sight, it'll let you do it. And I like the fact that Left 4 Dead has the aim down the sights option. I wish we had a third person option for it, because melee would be a lot better in that game with third person. That is,
I agree, but it's not so bad to where I wouldn't go have fun with my melee. You know, I've had a lot of fun with the melee in that game. Yeah, even though, like you said, it'd be better for over the shoulder, it's still good up close.
The super overpowered fire axe, which I will never forget in my life. Just like cutting through hordes of zombies with a fire axe is absolutely insane to me. So anyway, I'm super excited for that one. I will be buying that one at some point if I ever happen to get some money. So, but I'm super excited for it. Yeah.
Man, that's cool.
What do you think? Is a good podcast? You think we can wrap it up?
Yeah, here? Dude.
Yeah.
I feel like we could have easily dove into more of the streaming one, because I say it really was like a tip of the iceberg, and like we can dive into how just much more, trying to balance the family and Twitch. Like, I feel like that segment we could go deeper into, but I understand for time now we've run out of time. But I almost feel like we can continue that segment in the next piece.
Yeah. I'm definitely down with that. We can continue that one next week. But we ran it's supposed to be an hour. We ran 36 minutes over. So
yeah. Sorry, we digressed a lot.
Yeah, sorry guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it though. I hope you guys really enjoyed being here. We're sorry we went a little bit longer than we wanted to. But we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much, Rock Dad, for showing up, man. Go ahead and give your plug. It's right above our names, but let's go ahead and give our plugs anyway.
Yeah, appreciate that. You can follow Fitness and Gaming on Twitch. We'll be doing some IRL streams on that channel. We also do some fitness on that channel. I also am a content creator for Rogue Company. I'd like to play Rogue Company on that channel as well. So it's a little bit of variety, everybody. And if you like art and you want to keep seeing my Inktober projects, then drop a follow on Instagram at RockDad1984. Thank you so much for being here, everybody.
Thank you, Cello, for that plug there. I appreciate it. And if you want to find me, twitchtv.bigtall/BigTallBear. I just stream. I don't do nearly as much cool stuff as he does, but you can come see me for my awesome voice and some gameplay. But just go ahead and go to twitchtv/BigTallBear and you can come see me. But hey, guys, it was amazing that you guys showed up. I think we had a pretty good podcast this time around.
Thank you for being here.
If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that podcast follow button. Oh my God. See, we're getting late.
Hit that heart and then leave that notification icon on so that when we go live, you'll be notified.
Yeah. And also, we have a Discord coming soon. I don't really know what that link is at the bottom there. We'll have to fix that. We'll have a Discord.
That is the Discord link.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Swing and a miss on my part. So we'll have a Discord coming here soon. You guys can join and show us some love in there. Go follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter is @thepawcast. But hey, guys, have a wonderful night. It was fun hanging out with you. We'll see you guys next time.